The National PKU Alliance works to raise the quality of life for people and families affected by PKU through education, advocacy, mentorship, and funding research for new treatments and a cure.
The mission of the National PKU Alliance is to support individuals impacted by PKU and pursue a cure.
Phenylketonuria, or PKU, is an inherited disease that is so rare, it is labeled an orphan disease by the government.
PKU is a genetic disorder of protein metabolism. It's caused by deficiency of a liver enzyme that's called phenylalanine hydroxylase.
PKU affects the brain through increased levels of a substance in the blood called phenylalanine, or Phe. Phe is found in all proteins, most foods, and artificial sweeteners.
We limit the amount of intact regular protein that someone consumes, and we can't take all the protein out because you need protein to grow, and we have to replace all the other protein that you would have eaten with essentially a synthetic diet that gives all the other amino acids plus all of the fat and carbohydrate that one has to consume, and all that comes in synthetic medical foods.
Children are tested for PKU at birth through the newborn screening program, otherwise known as the heel prick test.
When you come home from the hospital, you think, oh, I've got this beautiful, healthy baby. We passed all the tests in the hospital. We're good. We've been cleared. Just to get a phone call 3 days later that it's pretty urgent. You need to go in and have some lab work done. Ultimately, we went in, did the lab work, and then got another call from a genetics doctor that yes, she does have PKU. And then that kind of set the tale for, okay, now we're going to all these lab visits, we're going to genetics team, and all of that as a new first mom was terrifying.
A PKU diagnosis at birth means that without a lifelong low-protein diet of medical foods and formula, one is at high risk for seizures, delayed development, behavioral problems, and psychiatric disorders. This is not a food allergy that someone can outgrow. This is a rare disease, until there is a cure.
I like fruit.
It does get pretty hard having PKU sometimes. Sometimes it'll be a little bit of a struggle for me to drink my formula, but we all know at the end of the day that I have to.
His tolerance, he can eat in between 6 and 8 grams of protein a day. As a PKU parent, you want the best for your kids. You would like for them to not deal with daily struggles. It's a struggle to deal with PKU every day.
PKU is such a part of my daily life, and not just thinking about it one time during the day. It's literally all day thinking about it, every time I'm taking a formula, every time I'm eating.
Recognizing that the state of treatment was not leading to satisfactory outcomes, the NPKUA has partnered with pharmaceutical and biotech companies to help drive new treatments for the PKU community. BioMarin Pharmaceutical, with the support of the NPKUA, has developed the first 2 FDA-approved medical therapies, Kuvan and Palynziq.
I've been taking Kuvan for so long that I don't really remember life or PKU before it. Kuvan just makes life a lot more enjoyable because I'm not having to constantly dote on what I'm eating. I can go to a restaurant with my friends and there's usually an option for me instead of having to bring my own food and being unable to go out with friends.
There have been a lot of changes as a result of Palynziq. One of those changes is not having to meal plan and prep anymore. I can eat pretty freely and eat whatever I want. I don't deal with the symptoms of high Phe levels anymore, and so that has really improved my focus and my concentration.
A brief look at the last 14 years shows that collaboration among science, community, and the NPKUA has been at the center of progress. This progress has been fueled by families, friends, and scientists who care so deeply and want a different future for their loved ones.
It is a really exciting time in the PKU community. Things are very hopeful. There's so much research that is happening. We're on the cusp of, new developments, new therapies, and ultimately a cure. And we need a cure so that no parent has to hear the words that their child has PKU.
People still have a desire to have a permanent cure. The Holy Grail, that is what we're working on in the laboratory now, is to actually fix the patient's mutations back to the normal sequence. That's called gene editing.
My greatest hope for later in life is that I don't let PKU hold me down. I never want to let PKU get the better of me.
A cure for PKU would really mean being able to have freedom to not worry about a chronic condition anymore, which would be incredible.
It would be nice to have a cure that instead of just treatments, diet is a treatment, Palynziq is a treatment, Kuvan is a treatment. It would be nice to have a cure.
The NPKUA has delivered for the PKU community. Your help is needed. Your support is critical. The NPKUA will not stop until there is a cure.